Success is defined as accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. In this series, we're going to kick off talking about success. How do you define success and how do you accomplish success in professional selling? I hope the information you learn in this episode and in this series can help you in your quest for continual success in sales. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another great episode of the Sales Evangelist podcast. I'm your host, Donald C. Kelly, the Sales Evangelist, and I'm stoked to be here with you. I'm excited to be able to share some insights with you as we talk about success in sales and as we kick off this new series. As you know, we like to give a little bit of clusters, a little series to our podcast to kind of freshen it up a little bit, bring on some guests who could tackle a particular topic or a particular theme and give us some insights based on that. As we kick off Black History Month, we're going to be focusing this month for the next several episodes, next about 4 or 5 episodes, we're going to highlight some individuals who are people of color who are finding success in sales. And we're going to hear from them some of their stories, things that they're doing, what they have been able to accomplish. Now, the principles can apply to you, whether you're Black, white, Jew, Gentile, Greek, Muslim, whatever background you're from. I would love for you to be able to take these episodes to use them effectively, not only to inspire you, but to also inspire your team members and give them an opportunity to be able to thrive and to succeed, no matter what background they come from. Now, here's some things that I want you to think about when it comes towards success. Success is not always defined by money. I know for many of us, especially being in sales, a career path that is so intrinsically tied towards money that we will measure our success based on that. Now, life success doesn't always have to be measured by the amount of income you have or the amount of assets that you collected. It could be based on the relationships you forge. Maybe for you as a dad or a mom, the relationship you have with your spouse or your relationship you have with your children or whatnot. That could be a huge way. The legacy that you leave, those are some great measurement, because go back to the definition of success. It says nothing in the dictionary about success being tied to money, success being tied to accomplishment of an aim or a purpose. With that said, money could be one of those aims or could be one of those purposes or accomplishments that you desire. In doing sales effectively, I feel with a noble purpose, with the way that you, with a vision, you'll naturally be able to earn money as a byproduct. And for many of us, we want to do that because this career path gives us the opportunity to have that. So I want to point out 4 or 5 ways that you could that we can look towards measuring success in sales and how we can be successful. The first one is defining what that goal is. Perhaps your success in sales is to help as many people as you possibly can. Perhaps it's to attain a certain leadership role in your company. Maybe it's simple as just being able to accomplish certain KPI numbers on a day-to-day basis. Or finally, maybe it's money. Maybe your success is just you want to earn a certain amount of money. I would encourage you not to focus just on the money, though, because again, that will cause you to be able to do things that you wouldn't naturally do. Or it may just be a shallow end. This is why we stress the idea of having a purpose, having a why, having something that's deeper rather than just a shallow thing as money. Again, money is not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's go up to, as Zig Ziglar said, it's not the most important thing, but it's right up there with oxygen. You need it to survive. You need it to be able to take care of yourself and people around you. But with a focus on money alone, it doesn't necessarily give you the real motive, I would say, to be able to help individuals. A stronger purpose, one that I would recommend, is look at ways that you can make the lives of individuals better. Your product and service does that. It's catered towards solving a problem for people. If your goal is to solve problem for people, as a natural byproduct, people will see that and they will want to do business or to have relationships with you and your organization. So the first, I would recommend defining what is success for you. What is it that you want to accomplish? For me, I want to be able to help at least this year. I want to help at least 10,000 sales professionals to improve their game. And the way I can do that is through the podcast, through one-on-one coaching, through our training cohorts, or through speaking at events. If I can help 10,000 individuals, that would give me success for this year. Plain and simple. Number 2 ties very closely with number 1, and that ties back to you helping individuals solve problems. If you think about it, in order to be able to define success in a role, our job as sales professional, go back to that, is we are supposed to help people to learn about bring about the solution to problems that they don't know they have or they may be aware that they have. Your job is to be on the front lines, to help them to see it. If you're a BDR, SDR, or perhaps if you're an account executive, your job is to, after they're aware of that problem, helping them to be able to implement that possible solution to fix the said problem that they might have. So you have to be great at problem finding. You have to be great at problem solving as well. So think about your prospects. Look at their problems as almost like your problem. I find that when I have a challenge and I have a difficulty, I tend to I want to solve that as much as possible. I'm going to do everything in my power to fix that. And think about that for your prospects. Say the problem is they have an HR solution that's outdated and it's taken them twice as long to do their work, or maybe they don't even have one and they're doing stuff manually. Like, that's a huge problem. If you have an HR software or thing that can solve that problem, it's your moral obligation to help them. Understanding your purpose, understanding the reason, understanding your understanding that you're taking on their burdens and you're trying to make their burdens lighter by solving that by with your solution. I mean, that's huge part of success. When you think about it with sales, you're fulfilling your role. You're fulfilling that responsibility of solving problem for people, helping them know there's a better way. I can tell you, so many people have their habits that their biggest issue, their biggest problem becomes status quo. They're locked in because they don't want to change. They don't know how to, and or they just feel that they've done it for so long this way that they're going to continue down that path. If this is the case, if your prospects are doing that, again, it becomes your role as a successful sales professional, someone who can be able to enlighten them. It's your responsibility, your moral obligation to bring that knowledge and that insights to light. Now, for how do we go about doing that now? As you're thinking about success, being able to be great at solving people's problems, the third thing that you need to do if you're going to find success in sales is you got to know how to continue to improve. Just like your prospects want to stay in their situation and don't want to move, and because that means they have to get outside of their comfort zone. I am going to be straight up, sometimes get into those situations where you don't want to move. This is the way that I've always done discovery calls. This is the way that I was taught how to ask a question. This is the way that I was told how to do prospecting when I first started, but that may not be the most effective way right now. You got to be willing to learn and to take insights and to take feedback. And right now, being in sales, you're listening to this podcast, I would just, I can tell that you're someone that want to improve on those things. Again, if you want to find success, whatever that aim is, even if it's just to make money, there's a way that you can help to make your problems, solve the problems of your prospects even better, so that you can make more money. So that's why I say the third thing is fine tuning and figure out how you can be better at your craft. Whether that's, again, listening to podcasts, reading blogs, reading books, listening to audiobooks, watching YouTube videos, going to seminars, going to training programs, taking part in sales masterminds, it's investing in the craft that you have dedicated your life to take care of yourself and your family. That craft is to be a professional sales professional, problem finder, and a problem solver, helping people with that. The final thing that I'll share when it comes towards finding success in sales is being willing to is doing self-evaluation. Now, the last one we talked about sharpening your skill, but self-evaluation is being able to look at your performance right now and saying, am I doing the best at my career? Now, you might say, yeah, you're earning pretty good money. Again, if that's the way you define success, awesome. But that's for you. But maybe you're saying, I helped 10 people this year. I want to help more individuals this year. If that's your motive, if that's your care, if that's your desire to help more individuals this year, then fine tune it. Where could you do? How many people did you help last year? Let's say you closed, 15 deals. Are there 20 people out there this year that you could help? Of course they are. So you got to be willing to do the self-evaluation, and you got to be willing to say, am I doing my best? Sometimes will coast. And I was talking to someone yesterday on a podcast where, we've been doing something, we're stuck in emotion, and it's just, we find it that it's easy to continue in that motion. Go back to what we mentioned already. It's hard to change, but I don't know. I feel that if I'm doing something, if I'm dedicating my life to a cause, to a reason, towards helping people, I need to make sure that I self-evaluate on that. And that's going to tie back to the number 3, where it's going to help you to know where you can improve. Perhaps you're great at doing phone calls. You're awesome at answering emails. You're fantastic at giving demo, but you have a hard time helping individuals bridge the connection between the reason to change and your solution. That's the conversion side there. maybe you'd go take a course on that, or perhaps you go to your boss and get some direction, get some help. One of my clients, and one thing that he does, he has his team members go back and listen to the plays, listen to the conversation, see how they did on the previous calls, fix how they can improve on those calls. Are there things they could have said better, or the ways they could have brought it up, insight in more effectively? You got to be critical of your own performance if you're going to be effective in the long run. Look at Michael Jordan, or look at Kobe Bryant, or some of the greatest athletes out there. A lot of these athletes, what they did was that they went to the utmost to make sure that they were performing at their peak level. Justin Sua, back in one of our earlier episodes, like back in episode number 7 or 6, he talks about the habits of top performers. But one of the things that I keep getting over and over from that is that they master the fundamentals. They do those things over and over and over and over consistently. And one of the things that they do is they self-evaluate, they improve, and they continue to be better at their craft. If your vision, again, is to help 20 people this year, how are you going to go about doing so? Success in sales is not always defined by money. As I mentioned, I keep saying this over. Success could be the number of people that you help. Again, I want to help 10,000 people this year. Let me help you. Listen to this podcast, take it, apply it. And if you know somebody who could benefit from our paid services, go ahead and push them our way. Tell them that we're here to help them. Listen, I love this discipline of selling. I love the skills. I love the people that I work with. I love the organization we've been able to design, and I love the clients that we've been able to serve. However, I know that I'm not the very best, and I could always improve, and that's why I'm dedicated towards doing so. What's something you're going to do this year to ensure that you continue to find success, however you just define success in your sales career? What are you going to do to make sure you can continue to do that, though, and to continue to improve? Let me know. Connect with me on LinkedIn, Donald C. Kelly. I can't wait to hear from you. As you know, this podcast is dedicated to helping individuals like you and me to build effective sales pipeline and convert more of that. I want to be able to help you again. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't done so, check out our sponsors. They're giving away some amazing offers, things that you can take and apply to help you and your team. I want you to thrive. I want you to succeed. Most importantly, I want you to raise your level of thinking. Go out and do big things.